Interesting. Okay. Good. What is good? Hopefully you guys can hear me a little bit better. I made some adjustments, as you'll see shortly, to the stream mic. So see how this goes for everybody. Haven't really looked at it. Want some feedback from those who show up. And my restream isn't working, so I have to. Type these in myself on each one. Bot may not be working on the YouTube side. There it is. Make sure if you're here, you hit the like button. That way we get this pushed out to more people on the YouTube side, the Twitch side. Help me get to affiliate before they just give affiliate to everybody. Let's do those. Cool. Hope everybody had a good Thursday. My Thursday was weird. Tell y'all about that in a little bit. I got a comeback on this one. Okay, let's get rid of all the acorns. There we go. What up, Passive? How we doing? Passive, how do I sound? First off, Do I sound more clear than I have in the past few streams that you've been on? I'm finishing up this other game. Loud and clear. Good. Finishing up this other game that I'm in. Oh man, yeah, we did. All right. Sounds better to you. Good. Added back since I was unable to stream yesterday due to the storms. I went through and added a bunch of stuff back to my soundboard, and I added this mic arm, which I'm going to show you guys here in just a second. So before we get started,
Ted, my boy, it's gonna be legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Legendary.
All right, here we are. It's gonna be legendary. I added that back yesterday. Let's see. Let me mute the game music for a minute. So there you can hear, like if I didn't have game music going, here you can hear, I would have this background. I've added more background music from music I had in the past. So there's that. So I'm gonna mute that up, but then I also added these back.
Bada bada boom boom pow pow.
Got it.
And
You done messed up there,
so I added those back, and then if I switch scenes, like to my Be Right Back, this would also be playing the background music if I was like not in game that actually had music. And then if I go to my discussion screen, this will be the music that you'll hear from my discussion stream. This is like if I just want to talk to you guys for like the end of the stream, or if we want to have a just chatting. There's an echo with the memes. Okay. Oh. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. So I have to go back to this one. All right. So I'm going to get it to where that music just kind of fades in and out, hopefully at some point. So I found something to help me out with that. Let's see. So let me start backwards.
You done messed up there, Ron.
So if I do that, do you still get the echo there, passive? Echo still? Okay, I think I know where to fix that at. Let me try one more thing. Advanced audio settings. Okay. So then if I do this, if I do it like this.
You done messed up, Aaron.
What about that? Do you get the echo there? And this is what I need help with, because obviously without being able to stream, this is stuff you can't do until you don't know until you stream. No echo. Great. Okay. So I know exactly what I did to fix that. Let me see if I can fix this without. Okay. So no, I got to go to each one. Okay, give me a second here. Okay, that should fix that one there.
Got it! Got it!
That should fix that one there.
Got it! Got it!
Okay.
Bada bada boom boom pow pow.
Okay. All right, so let's run a test run on each one of these. Make sure they're all fixed before we get going.
Bada bop boom pow.
Okay.
Got it! Got it!
Hell no no to the no no. Hell to the no no.
Okay.
You done messed up, Aaron.
All right, so each one of those should be fixed now, right? Should be no echo, no echo, no echo. So this is the weird part. This is going to be the weird part for me. I don't like how that is very flimsy. So wait for me to tighten this some more. Maybe if I do it like that. Yeah, this is the part that's going to take me the longest to get used to. All right. Cool. Let's get back into the game. Let's get the game going. But yeah, those I just added those back in. Now, is the game sound too loud? That's the other thing. I can't tell how loud any of this is. Can't tell how loud any of it is. Sounds about perfect to you. Okay, great. That's good to know. All right, cool. All right, let's get into the gameplay. We got a lot of story to do since we're just starting a new expansion. I'm ready for a tea break, Duran. I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around for a bit. You know, the last stand down in the harbor, don't you? Or the last stand down in the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near outside tables, and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. Okay. I think that's a drop off. I don't accidentally run into something that can kill me. Crystals. There it is. Okay, cool. Let me go here because I can transport at least to the crystal closer to the other area. Yeah, they're pretty excited about that. That Nintendo Switch 2. I thought I already tuned to that. Okay, I guess I didn't. That should get me close. Okay. Feel like it should be this way. There we go. But yeah, everybody hang out and stay patient with me. This is going to be We just got a lot of story to cover. A lot of story to cover, but this is the final chapter of this story. The next expansion starts a new story, from my understanding. As busy as ever, I see how very Sharlayan that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions to gauge the mood of the city? Wow. Okay. Give me one second. My wife started washing clothes, which is okay. It's kind of the thing I have to deal with when until we get our office spaces back. Give me just a second. Let me. Ugh. This all be nice, but I don't have to. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Can't hear it. Makes me feel better. Yeah, that's good. Can't wait to watch God of War. Yeah, Sundays. Passive. I don't have a set time on Sundays, but Sunday evening at some point I will be streaming at minimum 1 hour of God of War, hopefully longer, just so that I can kind of push through the game. Hopefully that'll take care of that.
You done messed.
Oh, I forgot to turn that off. So when you go into it, it goes off. Cool. Getting used to all this is. What's up, Jody? How you doing, man? Thanks for popping in, hanging out with us. Okay, gauging the city mood. I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Teleforia. We might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Yeah, this is not I generally want to put for my Madden and or college football. But with the storm yesterday, I didn't get to do this at all. And I really need to push this story mode. Probably the most out of all the games I have. Madden's cool. It's just kind of like a time saver. I didn't check my community tab. Let me see real quick. I haven't checked that in a few days since I put that poll out. Thinking about doing six votes. All said love to hang out. I may end up doing it. I may do it. May go ahead and do it. 6 votes is not a lot, but just ain't feel like ball hogging. No, I really need to push this game, Jody. That's the main thing. I really need to push this game. I've literally, so mind you, this game is over 10 years old from the very first thing that dropped. So I've done the main game and then the three expansions and all their post expansions for all that. So I've done essentially 8 different storylines that are all one storyline. This will be storyline number 5, or let's see, if we had to break it up into like acts, this is like act 9. So, and then the new storyline drops with the expansion that just dropped over the last year. So we want to kind of get into that one too. All right. Alize is now accompanying you. Keep her at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. Oh man, does this story ever end? This particular storyline will end. This is the last part of this storyline. But this game doesn't go away. This is like the contest, Jody. but my wife plays with me, so it gives us something to play together. You can leave Alice behind by entering a different area or by speaking with her and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to leave Alice company, if you wish to have Alice accompany you again, return and speak with her at the original location. So, what is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you are looking to share a table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere. You misunderstand, sir. We were simply wondering if you knew of the Telephoroi. These enemies of peace have promised an end to all we hold dear. And wait, you're that House of Lavora girl, aren't you? That makes it fun then? Yeah, it can, for sure. It can, for sure. And this man with you obviously is a foreigner. I heard you were disowned from helping outsiders indulge in their barbaric whims. And here you are, giving truth to the rumor. I'll thank you to leave me be. I've not to say to the likes of you. Well, I must apologize. 'Twas foolish of me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Come, Durant. Let's see. Okay. Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Pray excuse the interruption, but we were hoping you might share your thoughts on the Telephoroi, the unconstitutable plan. My goodness, if it isn't the young Miss Lavore. My apologies, but I work in the offices of the Forum, and if word reached Master Falchnot that I was helping you, I see. We're sorry to have bothered you. Brad, we are not making any headway, are we? Somebody's here. Here we go. Here we go. Welcome, sir. What can I offer you today? Wait, is that Mistress Alize I see there? My word, how long has it been? Far too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of the Last Stand. I used to frequent his cafe on the occasion, in between lessons at the stadium. Hey, what's going on, Forgotten? Got an old party going on over here on Twitch today. Appreciate that. Love you guys following me on Twitch. Really helping me out. We can continue to keep getting support on the Twitch side. I can get affiliate over here and continue to draw in some different revenue. This game needs more axe throwing. It does. It does, passive. It does. That seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that you and Master Alphanode had set sail for Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately, there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything all right at home? It's complicated, and I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Lavore. No matter how discreet Master Falchnot may have been, news of your family's doing never stays secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now, of all times? We have questions, and only Sharlayan has the answers. Tell me, Master Dickon, have you heard anything about an apocalypse called the Final Days? 1 second. One more thing I need to fix on my YouTube side. I almost forgot. It's strange. I got to figure out how to make this not have to go and do this every time, but I think I have to go in and set the members only. I have to go in and set that it's going to be Yeah. It's the only thing I can say right now. It's a little tough with the way my stream is set up. But still work through. Still 10 minutes. There we go. Okay. Alright, cool. There we go. Hey, what's up, Jabari? We have questions. Only Sharlayan has the answers. Tell me, Master Dickon, have you heard anything about an apocalypse called the Final Days? What's going on, J-Bo? Forgotten. Guys joined. How's you guys doing this wonderful Thursday evening? Jabari, did you guys get any of that heavy weather your way last night? Or yesterday afternoon, I guess would have been around your time. Early to late afternoon. The one we got yesterday evening. What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And that's what you're here to find? Information on this apocalypse? Yeah, last night and this afternoon. Oh, really? So your guys' was last night and this afternoon. Ours was last night. I thought it was coming. So the pattern I seen came from east to west. I'm sorry, from west to east. So I figured you guys would have got it yesterday. But that's wild that you guys got it last night as well. I guess the tail, the way it sits, the tail does kind of go at a slant like this. Yes, whatever can we learn? Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. Everything all right your guys' way? I talked to Jay for a hot minute. He said he was good. And so we were good. Like where me and the wife and our oldest daughter, where we stay at, it was fine. But south of here, they got hit with a tornado. West of here, kind of a little bit more north, got hit with a tornado. And north of here, got hit with a tornado. And then east and north of here, got hit with a tornado. I had to go check on my buddy's son who goes to school up in Anderson. Chat with him for a hot minute last night. I wish there was more I could do to help. But maybe there is. You're a visitor to Sharlayan, aren't you? I am. Then few will know your face. We should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're sitting around. The food and you might just get the answers you're looking for. Okay, cool. Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, but what do you think? Let me handle it. That's what I do. Chores. That's the spirit. Pay attention now, and I'll explain where each of these dishes need to go. Try not to let this be too loose. But yeah, I think that works. I think this helps out a lot too, because I like to lean back some, and then if I lean back, at least then you guys can still hear me. But obviously, the closer I get to it, if I get too loud or it comes across too harsh, let me know. For those who weren't here at the very, very beginning of the stream, hell yeah, chores. Got this new mic arm because I noticed when I was listening back to some of my videos, I was not getting clear. I was not getting back clear audio. Or it sounded, to me, I sounded far away from my mic. It was clear, but it was far and it was hard to hear. So I hope this helps with that. Tested a few things last night, so hopefully that fixes all those. The tea set is for the chatty group sitting up by the water's edge. The omelet is for one of our regulars, a Highlander by the name of Gisela. She is sitting at an outside table with a friend of hers. Behind them, you should see a boutique gentleman He ordered the oven-baked lobster. Got all that? If you're not sure, just ask and I'll explain again. Good luck. Uh-oh. I was supposed to remember this? Ah, shoot. I think that's the tea set. Oh my, tea set. Lovely, thank you. The Telefahu? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them or their final days. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you want to hear about ritual arcane practices of the 6th astral era, common or esoteric, then I'd be happy to talk your ear off. Great, that did not help. Okay. I think fudge omelet. Finally 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in. No time to waste. What? The Telephoria? Yes. I remember seeing the name in the latest Gazette. That and some grand claim about the end of days. Same old senseless warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best stay out of it, I say. The Forum made the right choice, and I fully support our decision to remain neutral. Okay, the oven-baked lobster. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've scrimped and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. Final days? This is the first I've heard of it. Although that would explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet. It must be a busy time to be a gleaner. Oh, yeah? You don't know what a gleaner is. They're collectors of a sort. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't got here in Sharlayan. Priceless books, unusual live specimens, and so forth. So name for those folks who trail after reapers in the fields, pick up every grain which was missed. By all accounts, gleaning is the most meticulous and demanding profession. What up, Brian? How you doing, my man? Hey, Brian, it's late for you, bro. What are you doing up this late? Final Fantasy XIV tonight. Normally Thursday nights will be my football night, but because of the storms last night, knocking my internet on and off, I decided it wasn't a good idea to stream. And kind of let the storms pass. Plus, we had a few tornadoes touch down around us, but none affected our particular area. But there were some up there where some of my kids live at. Some were up there where my buddy's son goes to college at. There were some south of us and some further west of us. So we were everybody that I know so far has checked in and said they were fine. So that was good to know. On vacation, just Ray. Ray, you can't be spamming the bots. The bots will get you. I gotta get Nightbot in check. Oh, multiple eyeballs got you. Just got done editing a video though, so wanted to hop in. Oh my god. Oh, I did ab workouts today. Oh, I just kind of cramped my ab. Oh. Y'all can see my fatness on the screen. Oh, Jesus. Not even spamming. I did some looking eyes. Yeah, I think more than three emotes. He'll put you. He'll strike you. He'll strike it off. He only times it out for like a second, but he does take away the comment. I have to click on it to see it. Man, we are having a party on the Twitch side tonight. For those who can't tell, I got this new mic arm. This is my old mic. I've had this mic since, man. So at one point in time, I was streaming with a headphone and headset, and then about a year after that, I got this mic. Oh, spamming ass. Yeah. I got this mic, and I've had it on this little stand forever. I had it on this stand, and it worked out fine when I was in a closer quarters. But as I've moved into this area, and added a few more things, such as two more monitors. I've added the PlayStation 5. I got a switch for my HDMIs right here. I got a network system over here. I got the Elgato capture card now. I've had to rearrange my desk. I got two keyboards, one for games like Final Fantasy, and then one for obviously communicating around here on the screen. But this mic ended up getting pushed further and further away from me, and to get it closer really didn't really work, especially when I start doing this. I start leaning back, so I got this arm. I noticed that my volume for myself sounded low, even though it's turned all the way up. So now I have this. It helps out a whole lot more. But Ray, welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by tonight. Forklift shut your eye up. Oh man. Thank you guys for really hanging out on the Twitch side. If we can get this Twitch side rolling, and I can get this side to an affiliate, and then start regrowing grow both sides accordingly. That just be a different set of income stream that I could use from time to time, especially if I plan on streaming, anywhere from 3 to 5 nights a week. I try to be consistent, but life sometimes doesn't let me be consistent. But we'll try to be as consistent as we can. B is asleep already? No. He's on vacation, right? If Telefonora make good on their audacious threats, then we may uncatalog rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbor and you'll see what I mean. They're creating loads in from the dock all day. It's never been this hectic before, not like this. Music is mad relaxing, yeah. See, Brian's here. Even on vacation, it doesn't matter. Dang. Leave me alone for uploading a video and getting it all ready for tomorrow. Brian, is it a S25 video or another Apple video? Just wondering. I watch them all, but I don't know what else is out there really for the S25 Ultra that you can really cover at this moment. Let's see. All right. Let's get back over here to Alizé and discuss. Any trouble with the customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? Let me explain to you what I found out. Interesting, they seem unaware of the final days, aside from whatever vague news the Gazette is printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer, and he's the best source of gossip in the city. If the Forum doesn't have secret knowledge, then they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. Oh, the Kadabe? Yeah, I forgot about the Kadabe. So pre-orders are available. I'm back on my Ghost after a week on the Spigen 01 and a week-ish, a little over a week on my Pataka. Pataka was hard as hell to get off. I don't. Maybe it's just because it's the first time I really. It's been a long time since I messed with a thin case like that or a minimalist case, but it doesn't come off. It doesn't want to come off easy. I'll tell you that. I had an easier time taking off the Ghost, and the Ghost still has tacos like they're going to break. Yeah, exactly. Overall, with the Pataka, I'm not a huge fan. I wish the lips would come up, just even, it doesn't have to be protruding lips, but just enough to cover those edges all the way around. The Kadabe is in my house waiting for you. Ah, the D-brand grip. Okay, yeah, I forgot you hadn't done that video yet. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, that cup of coffee I promised. But let's enjoy our drinks somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the pure style, away from the gossips and their wagging tongues. Let's see, you gotta have dragon nails like ready to get the Mataka off.
Got him! Got him!
At some point, I'm gonna get it stuff to where you guys can command those to come on. Oh, bro, my ab right here is twitching hard. Let's see, definitely can't wait to check out the Kadabe case when I get back. Yeah. I gotta see how that one's gonna be. But honestly, unless they come out with unless one of these leather companies come out with a late leather for the S25 Ultra, like maybe they'll launch one for the fold and flip series, and then say, okay, we'll also do the S25 series since there's 3 phones we can do one for, and hopefully get some orders off of that. Then maybe I'll pick one of those up at that time. But for now, that's probably going to be it. I took my nails off, actually. I'm getting them done for my birthday. Oh, when's your birthday, Ray? I'm going where be at for my birthday. Ah, okay. Working on that 6-pack. I'm just working on losing this oversized keg. That's all I really want to do, Brian. Ghost has never had a 6-pack, ever. Even at my most fit weight, I always had like a mini keg. Let's just say that. But I just want to have a mini keg again. I don't want an oversized keg anymore. Nah, you're just my best friend. April 21st. Okay, I have to keep that in mind. All right, so we gotta go back to talk to Alizé. Here, that should end this quest. Yes, this should do nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight. Keg boys
when our
unite.
father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant. Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Sharlayan? Grahas said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt.
Dude on the left?
And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say.
You know what they say, Ghost, take a big roof.
Neither did Alpha know, I know.
To cover a big
Never
tool.
for one moment
sometimes,
did I believe we had made the wrong choice.
You're not wrong, Passive.
So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
Passive over here looking out on over on that side.
They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos.
Yeah, the music on the game itself is really good. I would never want to cover the music up.
A vast complex beneath the island. Sharlayan is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility.
Especially when you get done, I know what you mean, Ray.
Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment.
When you took one.
When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat. Wait, didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual? Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the forum.
Wake your ass up.
If
Wake
the
your
appearance
ass
of
up.
Telferoi prompted
Wake
this
your
sudden
ass
burst
up.
of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the forum is planning.
Uh-oh. Got her again. I told you, you can do 3. If you do 4, Nightbot gonna get you. You can do 3. You get to 4. Nightbot's like, shut that shit down. Shut it down. We should tell the others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Numenon, and I will join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. Why are the curse words show as stars for me? Really? That's a Twitch thing, Brian. Thinking that our other spot? Yeah, I know, Ray. Where we normally do all our chatting at, right? Let's see. Still getting used to. All right. So where do I need to go? Tell your mom to delete the parent controls. Oh man, it's probably the Twitch settings. It might be. I'm gonna start digging into Twitch a lot more. Me and my other buddy both started streaming on Twitch. He's got a few more subs over there than I do, and him and I both said we both gonna start looking to it a little bit more and kind of looking to see what we can do to help our Twitch streams be more productive. I took it off mine. Twitch powers. Yeah, Twitch be like,
Bada bop boom pow.
they're like, get your ass out of here. Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. So one of my all-time favorite sitcoms is where I got this one from.
Ted, my boy, it's gonna be legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Legendary.
One of my favorite all-time sitcoms. I have a lot of favorite sitcoms, to be honest with you, but that's definitely one of the more recent ones. I think I've watched How I Met Your Mother, I would say at least 3, if not 4 times, from start to finish. Scrubs for you. I didn't ever get into Scrubs. It's Faison, or Donald Faison. I don't like him. He gets on my nerves. Although he is in one of my favorite movies of all time, Remember the Titans. But because he was bounced out with others, that's kind of how I was able to get around him on that one. Obviously, growing up, The Cosby Show, Different World, Martin. Those are some of my favorites growing up. Living Single. I used to watch that with my sister a lot. So that was always a good one. Who else was out there? I do like Family Guy. I know that's not a sitcom. I liked earlier Family Guy. Late Family Guy, not as much. Rick and Morty. I hope they bring back Rick and Morty for another season here soon, because that was my jam. Rick and Morty. All right. It makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the form. South Park. You know what? I liked South Park until the South Park movie dropped, and then after the movie, the movie itself, and after the movie, I felt like, South Park isn't that good anymore. I think the movie ruined it for me. I know people love South Park movie. It didn't do it for me as much. I wasn't a big I didn't watch Beavis and Butthead. Really, I watched a few episodes. That was just too stupid for me, I think. Now, we want to get into the cartoon-ish side of my childhood. Things like Thundercats, things like the Transformers. I wasn't a big G.I. Joe fan growing up for whatever reason. I found it somewhat boring to me. But that was just, a lot of my friends were into it. He-Man. And I've been watching all the He-Man stuff on the that comes out on Netflix. I have not been watching. So I watched Invincible season 1 when it dropped. Me and my wife did, and then we started watching season 2. And the first half of season 2 was kind of like, I couldn't do without this. And then when they cut it and said, "Oh, the rest of season 2 will drop later," I was like, and I never really went back to watch the second half of season 2. And I heard season 3 was much better, so I may have to go in there and tough it out and watch that for a little bit. Give that another rewatch on the back half of season 2 and give season 3 a go. The Boys, Gen V, both of those. Watched both of those. Liked both of those. Been watching the Daredevil Born Again. Before that, I rewatched all the Daredevils that were on the Netflix series on Disney Plus. So there's that. Season 2 got screwed by the writer's strike. Yeah, but it wasn't a good season, even from what they produced. So it's really a hard watch. It's a hard watch, but I'll get back to it and give it a try. Let's see. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner trafficking and in cargo, it certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. The Wire. I watched episodes of The Wire. I did not watch The Wire in whole. I've heard great things about The Wire, but personally never really watched it. Let's see. I did watch Power. I watched all the original Power. I watched all Book 2 Power with Michael Rainey. I'm watching Raising Kanan. I'm pretty much caught up on Raising Kanan, with the exception of I think like 1, maybe 2 episodes. And then I've watched all of Force so far. Shot and based on Baltimore. Yeah, I didn't know that, Brian. I knew that. Let us see what theory we can build from the facts. Kanan's getting on your nerves. I mean, he's becoming Kanan, raising Kanan, right? So he was a jerk. He was a jerk when he was grooming Tyreek. Oh, Kanan, the TV show is getting on your nerves. I don't know. I can't say it's getting on my nerves. It's like I can cut it on. It's not like watching Stop Power at like season 3. Brian. Power Book 2 Ghost is everything. Brian, you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. Maybe because of season 5 or episode 5. Okay. But yeah, you should catch back. So, Power season 3 was a rough watch. I can see why you stopped there. But if you go back and finish it out and then go into in the Biggie movie, that's where I fell in love with her at. That's where I was like, who is that? That's when I said,
Ted, my boy, it's gonna be legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Legendary.
Yes. And she can sing too. Yes, she can. She can sing. And she can sing. But yeah, that Biggie movie, Brian, the Biggie movie, bruh. Brian lied. The only thing he's watched is Bluey. You know what I'm ready for to return? Reasonable Doubt and Stars. Stars I don't know much about. Reasonable Doubt I've watched. Yeah. As Yashoda observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. The Shy too. Regina Hall, yeah. She actually's gotten better with her age. I'll be honest with you. Now, where she was one of the baddest I ever seen her was in The Best Man. It's like candy. Over me. Yeah, Regina Hall is great. Regina Hall is great. Coupled with what Duran and Alizé learned at The Last Stand, we can be reasonably sure that most of Sharlayans know nothing of that particular period of ancient history. Y'all gonna get me in trouble, man. Taraji, yes, Taraji. You know it's hard out here for a pimp. You just try to get the money for the rent. You know, got like a gas money spent. You got a whole lot of bitches on the ship. Oh, no, it's hard out here for a pimp. You trying to make the money for the rent. And all the Cadillac gas money spent. You got a whole lot of bitches jumping shit. Yeah, she ate with Cookie. Cookie did it for her. Yeah. Yeah, Cookie did it for her. Yeah. A couple with what Duran and Alizé learned at the last. Oh, I read this one. Y'all messing me up. Y'all got dudes salivating and singing. Bruh. And my wife in the back room, in the bedroom. What time? Shh. She might be watching. Yeah, my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Teleferrori is wholly unlikely. These apocalyptic events. Ghost wiping the sweat off his forehead right now, like. My wife go come in here like this.
You done messed up, Aaron!
She gonna come in here like that. Moreover, the forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Rosia's request for aid. If I all of a sudden just hit the Be Right Back screen and y'all see my head go forward as I do it, boy, prepping the casket. Today, Junior. So I initially didn't like Key and Peele, and then one day, since it's been off the air, I just started watching like random YouTube stuff of it, and there are some things in there I was like, okay, I didn't give these guys enough credit. They were actually really, really good. And to watch Jordan Peele succeed as a writer and director has been pretty awesome. If you can name that movie, if it's got Key and Peele in it, I'm probably not gonna be able to answer that one for you. Because again, their earlier stuff, I was like, these dudes are washed. Nada Today Jr. Oh, Billy Madison. Oh, that's right. Billy Madison. So, out of all the Adam Sandler movies, that's probably the one I watched the least. Not that I didn't enjoy it. It's just the one I watched the least. My first introduction to Adam Sandler was The Wedding Singer. And then after that, The Waterboy. And those two are still at the top of my list. Obviously, Happy Gilmore's in there. One of his productions that didn't have him in it that I really enjoy is Grandma's Boy. Grandma's Boy is absolutely freaking hilarious. Bruh. Jordan is great. Yeah, Jordan is a great director. It was Nope. He had Nope. He had was it Us? Is that the name of the movie? And the one with the teacup. Get Out. Yeah, those three. I don't like horror movies, but thrillers like those, oh my God, I enjoy those. In all my blackness, I enjoy those. I'd be like, hey, get out! go, get, what are y'all doing? Get out! Don't go in there! Nope. That was the Alien movie, Nope. The one with Keke Palmer and I can't ever think of his name. The dude that played in the Black Panther, he played on Get Out. Him. That was that movie. Okay. Back to the story. I do not think it is stretched. I do not think it is a stretch to conclude the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the Form's secretive ends. Love that movie? Yeah, that was good. The movie was good. The movie was good. You like the other two, but you like the aliens? Yeah, I can see that. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos. Labyrinthos? What the heck? Where do they get these words from, bruh? They're like just let me just throw a word together. I do not think it's a stretch. What do you mean? In which case, our next course of action seems we visit the Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves. And if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. Let's see. What should we expect down there, or a fine idea? Let's go with the second one. What should we expect down there? Oh, I would hate to spoil the surprise. What do you mean you would hate to spoil the surprise? Oh, I do not think it's oh. Favorite B. That's a hard question because depending on when you ask it, I'll tell you. I've had multiple favorite movies all time. At one point in time, it was The Program, and then it was Love and Basketball. It was Remember the Titans. I used to take movie quotes from Remember the Titans as inspirational talks. Right now, I don't. What's a movie that if I can put it on, I can watch it over and over and over again? It depends, because I like different stuff from different genres. Remember the Titans was great. Jurassic Park and Interstellar, okay. So like the first couple phases of the Marvel movies were really good. There were some duds in there, but they were overall the first three phases were really, really good. Scarface, okay. Yeah, I've watched Scarface like twice. I've watched The Godfathers once as a collectively full watch through. I've watched different parts of it at different times. How to Get Away with Murder, the series. Yeah, I watched that. My wife watched that first, and then I watched that afterwards. Also, Malibu's Most Wanted. Really, Ray? Malibu's Most Wanted? You watched that after you partake? The Wash? Yes, I kind of figured that's what it was. That's kind of what I figured. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That will be great help. Thank you, Ra. Traffic, chapstick. I like to watch funny stuff too. I mean, yeah, I'm a huge comedy movie guy. So my wife calls me. My wife says I like girly films because I like comedy. With some of it happens to be rom-com comedy, but I like the comedy aspect, not necessarily the romantic aspect of the comedy. So I like rom-coms, but for the comedy part. So like The Wedding Crashers, I like that. I find that I classify that as a rom-com. 50 First Dates, I would classify as a rom-com. The Best Man, I don't know if I would classify that as a romantic comedy. There was some comedic stuff in it, but I don't know if I classify that as a romantic comedy. Man, admit it, you like chick flicks? Hey, bruh. Hold on. Now, let me tell y'all a story. So after last night, after the storms and everything, for whatever reason, I could not go to sleep. So literally, I was up for 23 and a half to 24 and a half hours throughout the day. So last night, finally, my last ditch effort, I turned on Netflix and I turned on this movie called The List, which was basically a chick flick to try to put me to sleep. And I ended up watching the whole thing. It's pretty good. It's a newer movie that just came out on Netflix. Me hit some laughy lettuce. I probably did, but I'm also in the midst of looking for something new to do. And if it requires me to move companies, then laughy lettuce in my system will prevent me from getting that job. The Walking Dead. My wife watched The Walking Dead. So stuff like The Walking Dead, I personally was not going to go watch. But if my wife is watching it when I'm around, I will watch it with her. You was trying to watch The List? What's The List, Ray? The new Final Destination? Let me know how that is, because they definitely those last couple Final Destinations were a little rough. That would be real. Okay, thank you, Rob. Let's head down the stairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. Man, I almost never watch TV shows or movies anymore, which is kind of sad. There's some great TV and movies out there. I almost solely watch YouTube unless it's sports. B, honestly, I hardly ever watch actual TV anymore. If it's not on a streaming service for me to kind of just binge it, I'm probably not going to watch it. At random times, Ray. I don't do it on a regular basis, but I've had times where I stressed about something, or I need to go to sleep, stuff like that. I have partaken in. My kids think I'm the most circular square out there, but so they always are surprised, like when I take a drink with them or if I smoke with them. You know, they're all grown now, so it's like, okay. And so when I do something, they're like, what? I'm like, what? I said, I was y'all age or younger than y'all at one point in time, too. I said, so I did do things. I just, I don't do them on a regular basis. Just started to get back into Netflix and stuff. Yeah. There's a few shows I want to watch, but when I do get some time, I watch YouTube. Yeah, my wife is she's kind of hooked on YouTube right now, too. Like, she'll throw on some YouTube stuff over a TV show. Okay. Gotta shut off the YouTube and start the TV shows. Right. Ever watch Clarkson Farm? No. Back then it was that Reggie though. Not like what's out there. No, yeah. That is 100% true, Brian. I'm an old woman at a young age who watches TV shows and movies. Now, my guilty pleasures, I have a couple of guilty pleasures. And somebody that we all know also has a guilty pleasure. I found them on a stream or on a video. I was like, oh, you watch this too. It's Pop the Balloon. I think I've talked about this with you guys. So I'm watching Pop the Balloon, the new Pop the Balloon on Netflix, which is probably going to be a disaster, by the way, just because it's not going to be authentic. It's not going to be authentic. It's going to be people from other Netflix shows who are going to be on this Pop the Balloon thing. So not nearly as authentic, and it's not going to have the regular host. But they said they're going to continue to keep doing their Pop the Balloon on YouTube as well. So there's that. YouTube also, but more shows, yeah. Clarkson Farm is the dude who used to host Top Gear, who now runs a farm. It's good. Reality though. Okay, yeah, I don't mind reality shows. I like competition shows. So like Forged in Fire, that glass blowing thing on Netflix. Pause. Is It Cake? The Great Bake Off, stuff like that. I love those kind of shows. I get lost in those all the time. I don't know why. They're easy things for me to really get lost in. Labyrinthos is not far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorienting. Let's see. We got to share our YouTube subscription list with each other. I feel like we would all like some of the stuff each person watches. Yeah, now for some reason lately I've went down a political hole, so I probably wouldn't share my list with too many people. I'd share all the non-political stuff with everybody. Is It Cake slaps? Is It Cake is great. Is It Cake is great. I'll take the lead, so stay close. Follow Alize and try not to fall behind. Me and my daughter binge watch. Yeah, it's been 3 seasons so far. Is It Cake is great. Even sometimes after you watch them bake, you're like, which one's theirs? Is It Cake is cool? Yeah, Is It Cake is great, Brian. Is It Cake is great. Okay, let me do this little thing where I gotta follow her real quick, and then we'll come back. I'll catch up. Lead the way, pimpin'. How am I gonna get lost when she's walking the pace of an old woman? Bruh. MasterChef? Yeah, MasterChef was cool. MasterChef was cool. I put Brian on a jury show. That was good. Okay, cool. Now we're running. Great. She's not running very fast, is she? Hurry up and run, girl. Run faster. Great. Let's get there. All right, so I already touched that one. Catch up on the chat here in just a second. Oddly enough, all my chat is on the Twitch side, which is I'm perfectly okay with. Here we are through this door and down the stairs. You did remember to attune to the shard back there, didn't you? It will make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. Pretty sure I did, but... yeah, I did. Alright, so before I go in here, I'll catch up on chat and then we'll go inside. Alright. I put Brian on the jury show. It's good. I started watching Nick Giovanni on YouTube after that. He's like 21 million subs. Good lord. Y'all don't never put me on nothing. Sick of this. Ray, you and I talk all the time about shows. You and I watch a lot of the same things. Can't remember what it was called though, Brian. Jury Duty. Okay. Ray, don't worry. Everything I recommend to Forklift and Dingus, they don't watch. I watch everything though. If someone thinks I like something, it's always worth a shot for me. Never know what you'll enjoy. That is true. Nah, that's not true. Is this music from the game or is it your stream? That is the... Let me ask you this. What music are you hearing? If I do this, you still hear music? Is the question. I watched that movie you recommend where they are locked in at work, killing everyone. What? 1 out of 20 recommendations you watched. 1 is enough. No music now. Okay, great. So that's you're hearing this music. But I did add background music for my other games I'll be playing that don't have music. Like this Final Fantasy has a lot of its own music, and depending, yeah. Yes. Has a lot of its own music, so it's just a good music thing to have. Well, honestly, figuring this out is not going to be fun. Man, great soundtrack to this game. Yeah, this game's got some great music. I can't wait to get to some of the other stuff where you guys can hear some of the other fun music they've got in the game. Oh, Martin, guitar, the slow music, yeah. Music left to chat. Why? Want to go back to Andrew? Oh, here you go, passive. Hey, what's going on, Celeste? How you doing? Endwalker's going okay. Had to look up. So for whatever reason, my restream chat is not working. So I have my YouTube chat up over here, which there had been nobody on until just now. I just seen you. And then I have my Twitch chat going. And everybody who I'm talking to has been on Twitch. Mind you, Santana, yeah, Santana's a great guitar player. But how's it going, Celeste? How are things out there where you guys are at? Oh yeah, I said I was going to change this, didn't I? She doesn't like when I pull out Robert. And my wife doesn't like when I pull out her stupid boo. Nah, you don't want to go back to Android. I'm trying to be cool like you, Brian. Fun fact, the music in Sharlayan is based on another Final Fantasy game. I've heard as such. Alright. Down and around the SNES. Ray knows which. I can't remember which game. Things are good here. Nice and sunny weather most days. Yeah, we just got done with a bunch of tornadoes and high winds yesterday. So, but we're good now. I could be lying. What would you be lying about, Brian? We're all here now. Yes, I've taken the liberty of securing the permission for our group's descent. Right, everyone onto the lift and down we go. If I'm actually on Android or not. That is true, Brian. Brian could be lying.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky. In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
The island is volcanic, you see. And once upon a time, this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people gleaners?
You see, bro got a sword the size of Texas. He does.
Aye, judging by their dress.
It's Android and not
they are said to work alone as a rule,
One UI7.
but would seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, but they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Here we go. One UI 6.1 better. Yeah, I can't agree with you on that one, Brian. Or passive.
Did you call to me just now? No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure.
Bada bop,
Let's
boom,
get to work,
pow.
shall we?
That's true. That's true, passive. That is true, passive. Very, very true. Oh my goodness. Tell you what, the art in this game never fails. It is absolutely great. You want to know what I'm doing? Hauling books in ore and Fanu. If it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock in the labyrinth. I'm not gonna keep trying to say that word. I just keep jacking it up. Probably Ray. I haven't seen Famous in quite a few episodes, to be honest with you. I think he died a while back. I think he died on season 2. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen him in a while. Let's see. Every decade or so, they take stock, sort and tidy up inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. They just did one few summers ago. Even then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from the high. Damned if I know the reason. Could be that they are changing the layout, preparing for the next big expansion. Your exchange with Dobbin has taught you about taking stock in... Yeah, not butchering that word anymore. We're just not going to say it. Let me think. Let me think. The Ray seeds should be item 1058. Coming seeds, pause. 1059. Sorlaberries 1060. Or were they 1061? My head feels like it's stuffed with moke grass. Why more loads to take out than carry in? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the Corinthian carrot for the Gara Albanian carrots? What then? Brian, did you like more Pixel or one UI 7 or one UI? Y'all over talking about phones. Let y'all have that conversation. Your exchange with Tive has taught you about large shipments coming in and out of that word again. I'm not reading that word no more. No more stumbling over words that I don't know. I'm just not going to say them. One UI for sure. That's what he loves. Ray, you're such a... You here to help or give me more headache? Because you don't have the look of a gleaner, and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. Oh yeah? Dang. Dang. Dang, Brian. That's rough, fam. Let's see here. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble, crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have to pack a pack of Marimots running loose. You can't see what he said, Ray? Really? He said, Ray, shut up before I tell Jay to handle you. I mean, you take that for what it works, but
got him! Got him!
Just saying. One of my colleagues, I read that one. Your exchange with Ernville has taught you about exhausted gleaners. Great. Thank you for telling me about exhausted gleaners. Be your meanie head. You MF, shut up. Dang. Any luck, Duran? What tales did the gleaners have to tell? All you see is stars? Maybe try to refresh your guys' stream. Passive, if you time her out, I'm going to make her a mod. I will make her a mod. Matter of fact, can't me. Let me take care of my sister before you time her out. Wow. 600 seconds, Brian? 600. Do you know how long 600 seconds is? Do you realize how long a 600 second timeout is, Brian? Okay, I just wanted to make sure you understood how long it was. Ray, if you can I made you a mod, but I didn't do it before Brian became this whole jerk. He timed you out. Thank you for removing the timeout. Yep, I didn't get to it. Look, I didn't get to it. Now I gotta go back in here and do it again. Oh. She should be a mod, but for whatever reason it's not showing up yet as her as a mod. Okay. No worries. We'll keep it going. So the grand operation began without warning. And for every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. I hope it works, right? Because I don't see you. I don't know if because you were timed out. Did it work? Let me do something real quick. He did it again. Damn you, Brian. Stop it! Oh, man. Shows I made her a moderator. How could you time out a moderator? Oh my goodness. So weird. All right, did we have Ray back yet? Brian did halted the whole day of stream. He did. Okay, that should now work. There we go. Now she's got her. Now she's got her mind thing going. Damn it, Brian! Is it past your bedtime? We were right. The forum is definitely up to something, and they're turning that upside down in the process. Yep. All right. Cool. This is what we does to you kids. Constant made $2 million just off of Twitch in February. Yeah, these dudes make stupid mad money, bruh. My wife was watching the documentary on another guy. I can't think of his name. If I see it, I know it. How do I turn this crap off, bro? Okay, cool. Shield mode, that's what that is. I never knew what that was. Kotex, is that his name? Gucci Man. It's not Gucci Man. Gucci Man, Gucci Man. All right, let's keep going. All right, well, we would do well to learn more of what specifically the Gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who has tasked them to do it. Petey Pablo, right? I'm gonna need y'all to step away from y'all keyboards for a little while. I was listening to David Banner earlier today. You know what I was listening to yesterday? I was thinking, man, my 91 Mercury Cougar that I bought in '97. I put two 12s in the back and put some 6x9s in the rear and new 6.5s in the doors and put some with tweeters. And oh my God, I was playing some Master P Ghetto Dope. It took me back to those days. Ghetto Dope was such a underrated album, and Beats by the Pound was such an underrated music producer. For Game Duran, I have an idea. Oh, good, more chores. Didn't one of the Gleaners you questioned say something about escape marmots? I don't even can't even tell you I know who Dave East is, bro. Perhaps if you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightened conversation. What I need to do is, let's see, one thing I'm going to have to learn how to do, I'm going to make a bot to that where I'm going to get my bot to be a chatter in both my YouTube and my Twitch. And that way I only have to read one at all times. Well, that's what Restream is for, but my Restream is working. But then people on both sides can read what's going on and not be like, what is Ghost talking about when I'm talking about something else on a different server. Whether I'm talking to people on YouTube or whether I'm talking to people on Twitch. Perhaps if you were to help him capture said creature, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightened conversation. He might be. Pop Smoke, he was good. Pop Smoke was cool. In the meantime, I will turn my charms up. Dude, did he just walk right through me? Like I wasn't sitting there? I will turn my charms up on this Gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting. Okay. Back to help this dude out. Because, you know, the warrior of chores. The only person I know that saves the world as many times as I do. All I got left for is to do a bunch of chores. Bro, don't give one shit about you. He's got work to do. Nah, he don't, bro. He don't. But I guess if I help him, then he'll be a little bit more chatty. Chores. Basically, it's a chore simulator. Yeah, that might be my next title. Final Fantasy XIV Chore Simulator. You know what, Pastor? That is a great idea. That is a great idea for a title. You wish to help me find Memorats. I have nothing suitable to pay you for your service, but if you are offering out of the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome the assistance. Yeah, sure. Oh. Can you stand the rain? We streaming GTA 6 when it comes out. So I think I've talked about this before. I've never been a GTA guy. Don't see me ever becoming a GTA guy. Yeah, Ghost of no, Ray, no, don't bring up weird expectations as such. The name is Erneville, friend, specialist in the collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of these Maramats is a trial I've no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. We're not doing it together. You sure it's going to get a ton of views? I'm not a GTA guy. I've watched people play GTA and I'm like, nah. Me and Ghost gonna be in the retirement home. What are you, forklift? What the hell? I see you both the brochures about retirement. Brian! Oh my goodness. For mercy, there are no other Marmot species on this tier at present. We'll be in a retirement home when GTA 6 comes out? Probably. It's been pushed back so many times. It's been crazy. For the mercy, there are no in this tier, so there should be no mistaking our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in the sack. Gently, of course. Yeah, it sounds like Brian's going to hook us up. Yeah, October of 2030, Ray? 2040? 2050? 2060? 35 years from now. Brian, you stupid. Yep, Ray, don't believe the hype. What they say? What the public gonna say? Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scraping around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Hello, nurse. Excuse me, microphone. I got some work to do real quick.
It's okay, Wacko. Remember, it's not whether you win or lose.
It's who you're with at the end of the show. Hello, nurse!
Here we go. Did you not hear that, Brian?
It's okay, Wacko. Remember, it's not whether you win or lose.
It's who you're with at the end of the show. Hello, nurse!
Brian, please tell me you know what that's from. You're not that much younger than us. This is classic after school TV watching.
I wanted to win.
I can't.
You know what she said to me? She...
Okay. That's a TikTok one. I don't have TikTok. Y'all tell me we ain't got this on YouTube nowhere. I'm going to have to find this. I'm going to make it admission. To find this and make that part of the stream. Brian says, bro, I'm 19. Is that Kalu?
Hell no, to the no. Hell to the no. Hell no, to the no. Hell to the no. Hell.
Ryan walks around talking about all that skibidi-dibidi. I'm over here still digesting Tide Pods from a few years ago. Oh, Ray 838. No, she 838, bro. She 838. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Hold on.
Yes, Dr. Scratch and Sniff?
Bro, let me see if I can help. Do I have this on here already? I don't just have that one capture. Brian.
Nurse! Nurse! Yes, Dr. Scratch and Sniff?
Get these kids out of here!
Hello, nurse.
The Animaniacs, by far, some of the greatest content ever. Some of the greatest content ever. Alright. Let's see. Ghost been streaming for 2 hours with 10 minutes of gameplay and an hour and 50 minutes of dealing with our shit. Hey. I'm a real streamer now, I guess. With that being said. Oh man. This stream gets 5 big booms. Hey, appreciate that. Alright, let's try to get some actual gameplay in. How about that? Let's get around here. So we need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Okay. Be on your guard. There are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot or you. Bruh. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. So the moon landing, fact or cap? I don't even know if I even want to get into that. I do love y'all. Oh, great. I'll take out one of these big guys. Oh, he didn't bother me. Ah, here we go. Grizzled mouse. Let's go down a conspiracy rabbit hole. Oh my God. I ain't done this in so long. I got my rotation. Let's see. We can turn up. Moon landing was real, but we have failed as a. We have failed as a nation to go back. Next question. I'm glad it's that simple. Oh, this dude just ran away. The earth is flat. Well, Brian, have you ever been around the world? You can't go around a flat surface. I guess next you're going to tell me vaccines aren't a real thing. It's the government's way of trying to control us. What'd you say, Ghost? Glad what? I don't know what you're talking about, bastard. I'd have moved on. COVID vaccines are. Wait a minute, what? Oh my goodness. I travel around the world every damn day. Ray. What? No, don't run off again. Let's see. COVID vaccines. Trash. George W. What about George W. Bush? What about 9/11? How many of y'all fell into that conspiracy hole when that happened? When they started talking about that. Because I did. Still think it was more. God dang it. Alone, dude. Oh, so current. Oh, great. It's two of them. Oh, there's a new one too. Definitely run up. Where the hell is this dude? No, there he is. Let's see. Hollywood conspiracy theories? Depends on the theory. Let's see. If you read a lot of our F history, it wouldn't surprise me. Passive, I agree. I believe them all. Michael Jackson. Henry Chrome. Jesus. What in the world is going on? Chirp. Alright, get in the bag, little dude. We ain't got time. More prepared for its speed this time and successfully enclosing the sack over your elusive quarry. Great. There's a movie called Eyes Wide Shut that shows what may or may not have happened at Hollywood parties. There's that one. Have you guys... Oh, there's a lot of conspiracy movies out there that I can't find. At least I can ride on my bird. My chocobo. Eyes Wide Duffy. What? Remake coming out. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, what? How did you fare? I tracked down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. I got him. Ray keeps chatting in stars? What are you talking about? Brian, did you accidentally hide Ray, maybe? There's the odd Marmot. Wait here a moment while I put our friend in a holding cage. Nah, his parental controls are turned up. Thankfully, the Marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it is much too soon to release them into the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Wait a minute. I recognize this dude. It's because I've watched my wife play Down Trail. And I'm sure that's the reason why I recognize him. But we shall find out. B, did you hide me? Nothing in chat. Twitch, I don't know, Twitch dub. Sometimes, bro, it's different. And that's the thing. It's different. It's not what we're normally used to doing. But I want to try to reach a newer audience on Twitch. Because I play Final Fantasy XIV, I figured that audience I could reach through Twitch would be through this game. Along with some other games me playing. Speaking of which, so God of War Sundays until we beat that. Then the game I'm probably going to try. Other game we're going to be adding in. My wife and I downloaded a game called Split Fiction that we're going to be playing together. We'll probably do those Sundays early afternoons when we have time to play, or it could be a couple other days throughout the week too. We might do it 1 or 2 other days out the week. But probably my goal or my try outside of getting some house stuff done first is to try to play that on Sunday early afternoons or late mornings. Maybe late mornings for an hour or two. And then that way we still have time to get our other stuff done. But I don't know when we're going to start that. So stay tuned for that. That could also end up being a Saturday night stream if we're not going out and doing anything. So it could be potentially be that as well. But after I do finally beat God of War Ragnarok, I'm going to go try my hand on Black Myth Wukong. It's down to $50. I'm waiting for it to get to like 40, and then I'll probably pick it up. There's that. Man, that's goals. Kids are growing up, and you guys just game together. Yeah. I got lucky. Is that a new game? Yeah, it's a relatively new game called Split Fiction. It is 2 writers who were sisters, I think. If not sisters, at least used to be friends. And one writes fantasy, one writes fiction books, and they get trapped, and they have to. So basically, a co-op game. How did me and my wife meet? So there is a super long story to that and a long story to that. Which one do you want to hear? Who tasked you to capture them in the first place? What will you do with the Marmots now? Let's do that. Oh, I should have asked him who tasked him. That's for the forum to decide. They are guiding authority behind Labyrinthos. There I go, trying to pronounce words. Tell us that love story. Okay. Oh, crap. Suitable for consumption and easy to breed. Those were 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to produce. Okay. Let me get through this story, this little part, and I will tell you the story. I don't know what the forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. There you are, Duran. Is this the gleaner you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost Marmots? It is. It is. Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk anyway? I am Cryo, students of the Badasan. These others are my associates. Truth be told, the forum's decisions of late have not set entirely well with us. That is why we made the descent into the place. We hope that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Wise and practical. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls. Another animal to capture and enclosure to empty. Once again, I am sorry that I can't offer you more for your service. I think that person becomes a bigger part of our story later on, based on some things I know. But we shall find out. We will enjoy the story as it is for now. Did you learn anything new from your friend there? problem is I got to take my wife to the doctor in the morning, and I'm not tired. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to stream for, I don't know, however long I feel like I need to stream. So we confirmed that the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the Forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I'd say that fits with everything we've heard thus far. We also discovered when the operation was begun, the Forum contacted the Gleaners guild ship and put their people to great work some 4 days after the Teleforo made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus, I am inclined to trust that their calendar of events is accurate. How did the rain come from all of a sudden? Although it gives a distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development, yet I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive reconstruction of that word and this archive could have been planned in so brief a window. Man, my whole TikTok and Instagram feed is food, either cooking, eating, such a big bag. Big back things, yeah. I obviously have a big back. That's why I'm into the gym, trying to shrink my big back. Yeah, Ray probably sleep now by now. That the medicine has taken its effect. Yet I find it hard to believe that such comprehensive reconstruction of the archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Big Back Club. Check it in. Rachel, if you don't wake that ass up. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Teleforia's declaration was what set it all in motion. It seems likely, but let us not leap to conclusions just yet. I mean, it is a Thursday, Brian. It's not like a Friday night or something like that. Which I will be back more than likely tomorrow night to do this again, the same game again tomorrow. What up, Months? I heard your character permanently dies in this game. Thanks, Months. Spoiler alert. That's the word you need to use going forward. Spoiler alert. From the moment I suggested we conduct a wider investigation of the labyrinthos, I'm jacking that word completely up. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archeon? From there, we can reach the lower. Oh, there's that ringing in her head again. Cryo, what's wrong? I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of headache. That's all. One more day till spring break? Oh, Months. I know you can't wait. Nothing that will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archeon. We follow the path east through the forest where you were chasing after that mouse, or marmot, was it? Anyway, 'tis the trolls you need to watch out for. Okay. All right. So Brian asked a very, very deep question. He said, "How did me and my wife meet?" So I'm gonna make this long story as short as I possibly can. Back in 1995, when I was a senior in high school, this guy worked at a mall for a shoe company called Chance Sports. Got off work. One of my good buddies, Quentin, was walking around the mall with a girl. This young lady's name was Shantae. I asked my buddy Quentin, hey, is this on the side, is this you? He's like, nah, it's just a friend of mine. I'm like, oh. So let me back it up just a little bit. Donald does not, aka me. I'm very calculated about when I approach a young lady at that time for her phone number, because rejection, I don't like rejection. I don't think anybody likes rejection, but I was like, I didn't like rejection, and very seldom did I ever get rejected because I was very selective of who I approached. It had to be right after the end of basketball season. I think I had just started back working. Maybe it might have been spring break, now that I think about it, because I was working at the mall on a weekday. And I very seldom ever worked on a weekday in the middle of the day unless it was spring break or summertime. So it had to be spring break. So I asked this young lady for her phone number, and she told me no. Well, something clicked off in me. I don't know what did. That I didn't like the fact that I was being told no. Rejection only makes you stronger. Rejection is great. Yeah. Well, needless to say, I, out of character, started telling her, like, you're making the biggest mistake. And I started talking about her, like, no one wanted to do with you really anyway. I was acting like a normal teenage dude who got rejected at that point in time. So I felt terrible at the end of that conversation, because now this girl, not only did she tell me no, there's no chance that she's going to ever give me a chance to ever talk to her again, right? So GD goes into thinking mode and says, hey, my good friend is her good friend. And he said, either you're going to give me your number or I'm going to get it myself. No, I didn't do that, Brian. I didn't do that. What I did was I had my buddy Quentin ask her and I asked her, and every time I seen him, I asked him and he asked her. Got to the point where my buddy Q said, look, give him your number, let him call you, reject him on the call, but then that'll be it. It'll be done. And you and I won't have to deal with this anymore. So I would say that was probably about 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks of me bugging my buddy Q to bug her to give me her phone number. So I finally get her phone number, but I know if I call and just have a conversation like nothing happened, I knew that I was not going to get anywhere past I can't believe you harassed my best friend all this time for my number after the way you treated me that day. So I went in with a plan. When I called her, I said, hey, can I speak to Shantae? She was her. I said, hey, Shantae, this is Donald, the guy from the mall that a few weeks back, my Quentin's buddy. She says, oh yeah. I said, hey, before we go through any conversation, I lay on this really thick apology about it was wrong for me to say what I said. That's not really me. It's not who I am. I really just wanted to call and kind of make it up to you, but I also really just want to kind of get to know you and really went through this conversation. So that prevented her from basically cutting me off completely. So she said that was the only thing that saved me at that point, because she was ready to tail me off, according to what she said, right? So it was the summer of my senior year. The music is really making this hit for real. So it's the end of my senior year. We started talking. We started dating in the summer, before the summer really finished or started. I graduated from high school. She was a couple years behind me. She's a couple years behind me. So she obviously still in school. And she had our oldest, that's back there now. That was the baby she had prior to us meeting then. She had just had her. She had just turned a year old. So she was taking care of her, and I had already accepted an offer from Prairie View A&M University, which is down in Texas, to go to school. So we dated throughout the summer. We hung out as often as we could, knowing that the summertime was coming and I was going to be in Texas in September. We dated through my freshman year of college. The first semester was not so bad. The second semester became really hard because I took on a job because I needed it to stay in school. It was a scholarship-based job, but it was a job nonetheless that helped pay for my tuition. That second semester was a lot rougher. So she decided that, it was a little too much for her to deal with that long distance relationship. And I thought that I was going to transfer back up here, but she'd already made a decision that, she did not want to do this anymore, and she wasn't going to have me mess up my plans to be with her. So we ended up breaking up. We stayed in touch through the summer until I went back to school. But by that time, she was dating somebody else. And so there's that. So then fast forward to like 2011. Social media is a big thing, right? I really hadn't been on it. I didn't really make a Facebook until then. Much said, nah, that's not what you said. You said, you want me and I want you. Let's make it happen. I mean, in so many words, Months, I did. I told her when I would see her, like, hey, you are passing up a good thing and you don't even know it. That's what I used to tell her. So I wouldn't beat the dude up. No. By this time, I think she had moved to Detroit, and I had moved back. I didn't finish Prairie View after my sophomore year. I came back to Indianapolis and tried to finish up school here. During that time, I also met my kid's mother. We obviously had the 2 kids. She had 3 more kids after that. 2011, social media became a thing, and I hadn't been on social media up until that point, but I got on it because I was promoting different talent around Indianapolis, local talent around Indianapolis for upcoming shows and stuff that we had planned for them. So she found me once I had made the Facebook page a few weeks later and said, oh, I had wondered if you were on here, and sent me a message. There's a lot of stuff in our early part of that story that I left out for reasons, but let's just say I left it out for reasons. Not everything about our breakup was great, but there was other things that had kind of happened. But nonetheless, she hit me up as a friend, reaching out to a friend that she hadn't seen in, at that time, I guess 13 years, something like that. I want to say about 12, 13 years. So, we started chatting on Facebook. At that time, I was still married, so we were just friends. And then, after I decided that I was done with my wife, and maybe a little bit before I decided I was done with my wife, at that time, not saying I was the best dude in the world, but at that time, me and my ex-wife were already going through a lot of things and had gone through a lot of problems. And what I should have done was go ahead and break that off then. But I kind of started dating my current wife just before I actually finished fully breaking things off with my ex-wife. Fast forward a little bit further, we moved in together. My ex-wife at that time still had decided she wasn't signing divorce papers because she quote unquote didn't want to get screwed. I'm like, get screwed out of what? I left you the house. you got the kids full time. I pay you X amount, hundreds of dollars a week for our kids, and I still take care of all their needs. What else? What else do you want from this? You can go to court, you'll get a lot less. But I said, or I can continue to keep doing what I'm doing, and we can make this work. But she never wanted to sign divorce papers until finally in 2021, she finally decided to sign the divorce papers. And so that took 9 years for her to finally decide to sign divorce papers. 9 years. Yes, kids were grown and on their own. So after she signed the divorce papers, we had to wait till July 12th. The weekend of July 4th, me and my current wife, went down to go see my dad down in North Carolina. Mind you, all this time, her and I have been living together. We've basically been the couple this entire time. I'm not a dog. I'm not a mutt. Was she living with you the whole time she wouldn't sign? Yes. Yes, Brian. My wife now was with me the entire time, waiting for her to sign the papers, but growing mildly impatient. Not the entire time, I guess I should say, but for a good chunk of the time. Good chunk. So finally, in 2021, she signed the divorce papers. We went out of town for July 4th to go visit my dad down in North Carolina. At that time, I kind of decided once I knew the divorce was going to be final when we got back, I just had to go down to the courthouse and pick up the final paperwork. And at that point, I decided that I'm going to ask my girl to marry me. So her birthday is at the end of August. So I planned a huge birthday dinner with her dad, her mom, may she rest in peace, her dad's wife. Of course she was mad about me being with somebody else, right? It's funny though. It's like, you tell the person what you need, they don't give you what you need, but then they get mad when you want to move on. And I never treated her any differently when she'd be mad at me why she was dating other people. It's like, I don't get why you're mad at me still. You're dating other people now. So how are you still mad at me? But nonetheless, so on her birthday in August, I had ordered her. In July, I had ordered her ring. I had her ring custom made, and shipped to my branch. So I had a ring for like 3.5, 4 weeks before I asked her to marry me. Playing this big old dinner at a place called Harry and Izzy's here in Indianapolis. It's a locally owned place. The same people that own St. Elmo's. And initially that was going to be the plan, to have her kids, my son. My daughter was still kind of on the fence with the whole relationship thing, which, I get it. But my son was cool with everything. So my son, her kids, her dad, her dad's wife, her mother, her two sisters, all joined us for dinner. And then that's when I popped the question there. But not only that, I also had took out a suite at the hotel across the street from the restaurant, so that we could stay downtown for the weekend, and invited all her cousins, her aunts, other friends of ours, other family members of ours, all to meet us there. They didn't know that I was proposing. They didn't know until after we had posted it on social media that she said yes. So it was a surprise to them. They all thought they were just coming for a birthday party, and nonetheless they were actually coming for an engagement party. So that's kind of how that all went down. And then back in 2023 when we got married, actually our wedding anniversary is in 13 days, 12 days now, because we're almost to the next day. But April 16th, 2023 is when we got married in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. She always wanted to get married on the beach. And so me and her dad made that happen. And there we go. So that's the story. As short as I possibly could tell it. And I took out a whole lot. A whole lot. But that's about as short as I can honestly tell it. Let's see. I had my wife's ring for 4 months before proposal. Bro, I couldn't do that. The 4 weeks was killing me. But because I had this elaborate plan, and she said so I had been planning it for about 4. I've been planning that surprise for about 7 weeks, 7-8 weeks. And I want to say she probably figured it out probably about a month beforehand. She said that I was going to ask her to marry me. I threw before proposing because I was waiting for a specific day. Yeah. I put everything in motion pretty quick once I realized that's what I was going to do. Let's see. Pastor said I threw my wife's ring on the ground and she picked it up and said, "What's this?" I said, "You're mine now." You're mine now, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. You did good, man. As long as you're happy, there's the most important thing. Yeah. It was beautiful. Pastor, you stupid, man. You are stupid. All right, let's keep pushing for a little bit longer. As Pastor has said, we have done 3 hours worth of stream and about 15-20 minutes of that has been gameplay. Bro, this bird is slow. Also, where is 150 yawns to the southeast? Okay. Assume we're going to wherever this crystal is over here. I see. Great story. That's some down south-ish right there. Thanks for sharing. Hey, no problem, man. I actually like telling our story. I booked a trip to Disney World, my wife's favorite place, and proposed at the castle of the Magic Kingdom and timed it perfectly to where she says yes right as the first round of fireworks went off. Oh, nice, Brian. Nice. So my initial thing that I was going to do was my brother-in-law has a group. They used to perform on Saturday, 1 or 2 Saturdays a month, at a local bar, but they weren't performing the night of her birthday. So I was going to come out and sing a song with the band to propose to her. That was the initial plan. I got proposed to at the Cheesecake Factory. Used to be my favorite place. The ring was in my cheesecake. What do you mean it used to be your favorite place? Is it no longer your favorite place? Right? Behold, the Archon, as Numenon serves as Sharlayan's literacy archive, so does this structure house the city's wealth of material data. Let's see. I would have eaten a ring by accident. Right. That's how I feel too. Cheesecake is my favorite dessert. See, you wouldn't have gotten rejected if you were singing. Honestly, believe it or not, I have a relatively decent voice. Not anything that I would be like on the spot would do for somebody, but if I practice a little bit, I am actually a relatively decent singer. Decent, not great, just decent. Performing my brother-in-law's band would have been a plus, to be honest. Let's see. No, not really. Right, Cheese Factory does go hard, passive. Sing the Chili's baby. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. Chili's baby back ribs. Chili's baby back ribs. And barbecue sauce. Oh, I think I'm getting sleepy. Yes, unfortunately, he won't leave me alone. What do you mean, unfortunately? Lord. The architect too is similar. The building you see is merely the upper entrance and access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. Within the vast rooms are stored countless samples of specimens as well as detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Arteon contains a physical history of Sharlayan's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Didn't know if that was something previous. Oh, okay, no. She's definitely still engaged. I knew that. I knew she was still engaged. Ray just keeps Jay around as needed. 50% of the time, Lord. My goodness. Alright, where am I at in this stupid story course? I feel like I'm still just barely tapping into it. Bruh. I'm usually have been done smash this little section right here already. But I haven't yet. Fooling around with you guys. I am Dubby. Ray, he thought an Apple Watch took a pic today. Ray, you thought an Apple Watch took a pic? You getting married in June? Well, congratulations. Congratulations. May God bless the union. Why did you delete it? Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. I gotta go touch this crystal real quick. I got a friend who plays this game. She's essentially just a. I hate that damn thing. That right there. My wife has that stupid thing. I'd be like, you always look dead when you're in it. Still got a little ways to go. It's not reading one. Greetings. We are here to pursue the Archon's vault. Pursue? You are clearly not gleaners, then. Might I ask your affiliation? We belong to the students of the Baldison, but is that relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public, at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. No, not us then. I suppose we had better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? That service has also been suspended, I'm afraid, for the time being. Priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory. Who's lying to me? What? So this is as far as we can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after our reconstructing operation is concluded. By that time, it will be too late, and we were so close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let us step outside for a moment, shall we? I hope it comes up to a point where they talk and I don't have to read, because I need to go stand up for a minute. Students of the Ballinson. We are at an impasse. As we have no other leads, I should like to pursue this one further. But I doubt that our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower level. It's likely that people in the area are involved in reconstructing in one way or another. If we were to integrate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. Would you say this was again forklift? What kind of sim was this? Simulator? A chore simulator. Yes, I got to write that one down so I can put that in the title of tomorrow's video. I am taking the lift. Oh, no. See. Am I taking the lift? Oh, no. We're just students. They won't let us into the Archon. Even though we found. Actually, we have no idea what it is we found. There's no record of such a creature anywhere. But it was wandering around Tranquility. And so we thought to donate it to the vaults. Oddest little squirrel, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll have to take care of it until the Archon is open again. I don't want that thing. Give me a different one. Oh, it's a Grahatia. Wind up doll. Yeah, we'll take Grahatia. Okay, we gotta find another person to talk to because that panned out nothing. This distance. Look at that. Bone weary worker. What's that? Take you down on the lift with me? Sorry, but not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and only now have I finally found a spare moment to rest. That sucks. I did see a gleaner fellow heading out the gate there, though, shouldering a large pack, engaged in some manner of task. Maybe he'll be heading down below after he's done with whatever it is he's doing. You're getting married on June 10th, right? That's my grandmother's birthday. I miss her. walking is making me tired just watching him walk. Could be up here. There it is. Hey, look who it is. It's Ernaville. Quiet, you'll frighten it away. Ah, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The Cloudkin I need to capture is very close. Very close. I feel you, bro. I lost my grandfather in 2021. He was very special to me. He gave my son his name. Yeah. So my grandmother passed the day before my 34th birthday. But my grandfather, her husband at that time, he passed right before the start of my sophomore year in high school. That's another story for another long story for another day, though. But yeah, love them both dearly. That's my dad's parents. They were the grandparents. Oops, sorry, they're the grandparents I was the closest to. So there's that. Let's see here. Okay, let's keep pushing a little bit. You wish to help me with this too? You spend your time in the unusual ways, my friend. Still, 2 hunters are generally better than one. Very well. The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kind, but the one I'm after today is the hornbill. Its feathers are green, and its cry a distinctive craw, singling it out and shooting it with its sleeper. Single it out and shoot it with the sleeper dart. Oh yay! Yeah, so that's a nice. You gave him your name. Gave your son his name. Oh man. Let's see here. The effects are short-lived, so I'll lie and wait down by the riverbank to claim our quarry. Be sure to hit the right one. Here we go. Sedated the wrong bird. Oops. Let's try that again. Oh, it's this one. No. Bro, where is this thing going? Bro. Bruh. I'm a terrible dart shot, apparently. There we go. They made it a lot harder than it should have been. All right. Yes. Statically, I've hit the bird. Let's pause it.
A fair shot. Nicely done. Let me truss this one up, and I'll make my way over to you.
There you are. Any new revelations?
So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill. I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
Oh, it's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a gleaner's duties. But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers handpicked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth. Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work,
if the S-26 looks
are
the
not
same
permitted to walk freely in the city,
I'm going to expect it's going to look the
and
same.
are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
I'll be honest with you, passive. Probably one more year
What
to
could a
kind of look into
facility
like it
subject
is
to
if they
such
just
strict
rounded the
security
corners.
protocols possibly need with a horn?
A couple other small, minor details.
An experiment?
Unless they figure out a way to expand the
Possibly.
battery and keep the S.
I wasn't afforded an explanation. But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species, too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
Ghost, you should try the iPhone 17 Pro Max.
That's all it is,
Yeah,
though.
no, I'm not ready
An
to
assumption.
go that route yet.
Through
bro.
our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only
I'm
bits
not
and
there.
pieces
If I was a
of the forum's
reviewer,
plans.
I probably would.
Our prime
be
concern
reviewing
is
that
that
one,
our requisitions,
I'm not a reviewer.
be they living or otherwise, are
For your
properly
thoughts and
preserved for the
think it
knowledge
would
of
be
future
a fun
generations.
experiment. You can always return it if you really hate it.
Now, I really must be going.
Switch to YouTube.
I regret
Twitch
that I
is
cannot
running like
reward you
ass
as you
for me.
deserve.
Okay, no problem, passive. Appreciate you hanging out on either side.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels.
We probably won't go too much longer, to be honest with you.
And seeing as you
I'll
are
probably get
already
through this
set to
little-
descend with your
whatever this
assigned
little part of this
cargo,
quest is and
mayhap
call
we
it
could
night.
accompany you as your
Like I said, I gotta get up early in the morning, take my
assistants.
wife to the doctor.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift. I will, of course, follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Off to bed? All right, Munch. Thank you for hanging out, man. Appreciate you.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
Hey, Brian, no worries, man. Thanks for hanging out, man.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down. This path leads to the 33rd facet.
Got me on the TV now,
a
so it's
mine
nice.
shaft
So
excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
You're quite welcome. But consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Designation location, select the target. Okay. Oh, that's why nothing's really mess with me. I'm playing 85. As soon as I say that. This must be it, the entrance to the mine shaft. 'Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed there by the researchers, you think? Well, slaving beast aside, slavering beast aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. Okay. All right, so that there is probably going to do it for us tonight. Yeah, that's probably going to do it for us tonight. We will catch back up on more of this tomorrow. We got tomorrow might be tricky. So a friend of ours does have an art exhibit going on tomorrow, and so that is going to be our focus tomorrow. I don't know what time I'll be home from that. So I think it starts at 6:30. I want to say it's over at 9. So if I do come home and decide to stream, it's probably gonna be like 10:30 before I stream my time, which I'm on the Eastern Standard Time, so it could be another late stream. And then I don't have to get up super early on Saturday, but I need to get up Saturday to run my mom around Saturday afternoon or Saturday late morning, early afternoon for her grocery store stuff and things like that. So we'll get that taken care of. And then depending on, I don't think we have anything going on Saturday. Once I get home, so Saturday will either be the split fiction stream, or we will do some more Final Fantasy. I really need to get pushing in this story. I try to do all this stuff on stream, but man, that was only 5 quests. and granted, we had a really good night talking. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I don't really have anywhere to send anybody at this moment, so we're not going to be doing a raid. So with that being said, it is your boy Ghost Dog signing out. And again, thank you for everybody who came and hang out. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Hope to see everybody back again tomorrow. Have a good night. Peace.